In this video, we're going to discuss three things that make a function not differentiable, and we're going to do that by looking at things visually, so looking at graphs. And all of these functions are not differentiable at the value x equals 1.57. Let's explain why. So let's begin with this first green graph. So y is f of x not differentiable at x equals 1.57. Well, now imagine this is kind of the hillside that you're walking on. You're walking uphill in this section, and then suddenly you get to a wall, and you can't walk up a wall. You can climb a wall, but you cannot walk up it. And then here, once we pass a 1.57, you can start walking again. So if you were hiking and you managed to get here and then say you actually climbed the wall, then you could keep hiking. So on these two spots we can hike. We have a tangent line with a slope that is actually walkable. But as we get closer and closer to 1.57, the tangent line approaches a vertical line. And so anytime your tangent line approaches a vertical line, that function is not differentiable at that point. All right, next, let's discuss why g of x is not differentiable. So again, this is a walk here. You're walking and you get to this very big point. There is no walking on a point. You could maybe jump over it, and that's about it. And then you keep going. So any of these little kinks, so these little corners, well, functions are not differentiable at corners like these. Oops, corners. Finally, let's look at h of x here in orange. Now, if this were a hike, this would be the most extreme version because you're walking and you realize, oh, I can't get up there at all. You suddenly come to this cliff that drops off to nowhere, and unless you can jump pretty high to the cliff, you're not going to continue your hike. So this is a jump discontinuity, which means we are not differentiable at 1.57. Not we, actually. The function h of x is not differentiable at x equals 1.57. So these are three different ways a function can fail to be differentiable. So the first that we looked at was the tangent line here is approaching a vertical line as we approach x equals 1.57. The next are these sharp corners. And finally, jump discontinuities. This should also be a good time to reiterate that these functions, at least f and g, are continuous. I could sketch them without lifting my pencil, but remember, continuity at a point, namely, in this case, our example is 1.57. So continuity at a point does not imply differentiability. So just because this function is continuous at this point and I can sketch it out without lifting my pencil does not mean it is differentiable at that point. I hope this video was helpful.